Hello, Adab, Namaste to all my beautiful viewers out there. This is Amreen and I once again welcome you to my channel, The Mum's Kitchen. Let's get cooking. So I'm back in the kitchen with another paneer recipe and I'll be preparing paneer lababdar today. This recipe is more of a rich preparation and is on a sweeter side. Though the name is so exotic, lababdar, and it looks exotic as well, but it's very easy and very simple to prepare. Let's see my way of making this amazing exotic paneer lababdar. So to begin with, let's take a pan, heat it and add 2 tablespoons of olive oil into this. So if you have watched my previous recipes, you would have seen that I do prefer olive oil over the other cooking oils because I like to keep it simple and I like to keep it healthy. Alright, so to the olive oil, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of jeera and we'll add the garam masalas to it. So this is 1 cinnamon stick, 2 to 3 green cardamom, some long or cloves, and now we're going to just saute it for about 10 to 15 seconds. Alright, next we're going to add some roughly chopped onions here and saute it and just till it becomes little bit translucent. We are not going to overcook this. Alright, once the onion reaches this texture, it's just light pinkish in color, I'm going to add here 4 chopped tomatoes and just mix everything together. Alright, the next ingredient that goes in is 2 tablespoons of Kashmiri red chili powder. Next goes in some salt to taste. Alright, the next thing that goes in is about 7 to 8 cashew nuts. This is to ensure that the gravy that we are making has a very silky texture. Now I'm going to add about 1 cup of water to this and mix it all well and then cover and cook this for about 10 to 12 minutes. Alright, let's check our gravy. It's been about 10 minutes and yes, all the ingredients looks like they are all soft and they are good to be blended together. So what we need to do now is take it off the flame, let it cool completely and then blend it to make a smooth paste out of it. Alright, moving on to the next step, let's take a pan once again, heat it over low flame and add a little bit of butter to this. And to ensure that the butter does not burn, I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of oil as well. Alright, to this butter and oil, we are first going to add some chopped garlic. This is finely chopped and we're going to saute it till it turns golden brown. Right, next we'll add some ginger to this. I have just cut it into very thin slices. Alright, once we start getting that nice fragrance of ginger, I'm going to add some chopped onions to this and we are going to saute this till it turns light golden in color. Alright, do you see this? This is the exact color and texture that we want our onions, and we have just caramelized it on very low flame so that we retain the sweetness of the onion here. So remember, the gravy is on a sweeter side, so we need to maintain the sweetness of the onions and not let it brown completely. Alright, at this point we are just going to add 2 more masalas, which is coriander powder about half a teaspoon and red chili powder. This is Kashmiri red chili powder, about 1 teaspoon. Now just saute these masalas for about 10 to 15 seconds till they are done, and before they get burnt, we are going to add our gravy to this. So here we will add some salt and some honey to the gravy. Now I'm going to add about half a cup of water to this and then cover and let the gravy cook and simmer for about 7 to 10 minutes. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes and the gravy has been simmering on low flame. So I'm going to remove the lid and check the gravy. Alright, this is the right time. Now we are going to grate some paneer into this. This is 50 grams of paneer that I am grating. Alright, along with the grated paneer, I'm going to add my paneer cubes here as well and give this a good mix. Alright, the next two very important ingredients that we want to add to this recipe is some dry kasuri methi powder and some garam masala powder. Alright, now we are adding some fresh cream to this, and once added, just give everything a proper mix. Alright, the last thing that we add, and one of my favorites, is the chopped coriander. So add the chopped coriander, give everything a proper mix, and your paneer lababdar will be ready to be served. Alright guys, so here it is. I've taken this out on a serving dish and I'm garnishing this with some fresh cream on top and of course some freshly chopped coriander leaves. Here you go, you have yourself a very flavorful, rich and super tasty paneer lababdar. So this goes really well with parathas and rotis, so you can enjoy it with the parathas and rotis of your choice. So do try this simple and quick, easy to make recipe guys, and I'm sure you will definitely love it. Stay safe and I'll see you in my next video with another amazing recipe. Take care and Khuda Hafiz.